Hey everyone, this is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
That was the OG, Mo Twister, promoting this podcast. If you like Korean pop culture, or know someone who does, then get into it, and visit our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages at the Kingdom Pod PH.
We're proud to tell you that this is one of the premier shows to go to for your weekly dose of K-pop. So drop everything and listen to the Kingdom Podcast. Available in all your podcast streaming platforms.
Join us!
The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the Bunk Collective and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. And this is the MTV Show Podcast, a wrestling podcast. Ayan. So, welcome to the show. First thing and foremost, good evening. Happy Monday actually. The happy Monday kasi Monday na to. I will drop this immediately after the recording. Alam nyo, sarap pala nung kape pag malamig. Habang tumatagal yung pag-brew nung kape, sarap sobra. And so, NXT No Mercy was finished earlier today. And unfortunately, di na ako nakapagawa ng predictions about No Mercy. Sorry about that. Pero I will try to give you guys my first details on it since kalahati pa lang yung napapanood ko. So, I finished the main event, Tiffany versus Becky, the NXT title match, and the tag titles. So, the rest, hindi ko pa natatapos. Pero, ayun, tatapusin ko siya probably habang naka-off pa ako. So, ayun. And then, may Wrestle Dream, I can finish it for pagkatapos ng pay-per-view, siguro panoorin natin. Pero syempre, papanoorin ko pa rin ng live, no? Iba pa rin pag live, pag ganito, no? Pero ayun, welcome to the show. Di tayo magpapatagal. Marami tayong pag-uusapan ngayong linggo. So, of course, maraming headliner. So, pag-usapan natin yung kay Jade Cargill. Pag-usapan din natin yung ating first thoughts on NXT No Mercy. So, like what I said, hindi ko muna i-detalye lahat. Pero sabi ko nga, No Mercy, hapyawan natin. Bibigyan natin ng hapyaw yung NXT No Mercy dito sa episode. And then, syempre, ahead of Wrestle Dream, magbibigay din tayo ng predictions. Ihap natin agad to right away. So, therefore, you can listen to the episode of the show. So, I was trying to look at the Jade Cargill, some stuff kay Jade. So, pag-usapan natin. So, Jade Cargill is now signed with the WWE. So, ayun, sobrang laki. Sa totoo lang multi-time contract ito. So, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, multi-time contract itong sinign ni Jade. So, it will be a big big, big, big moment for her. Sasabihin ko sa inyo na sobrang laki ng opportunity na ibibigay kay Jade panigurado ng WWE. I hope, though, that Jade Cargill is not going to waste that opportunity. Sobrang galing kasi ng evolution niya. And syempre, yung future nakikita natin sa kanya. Oo, obvious naman. Sobrang laki din ng potential ng WWE sa kanya. Tingnan mo nga yung presentation niya sa SmackDown just few days ago. Ang laki talaga ng nakikita nilang potential when it comes to Jade Cargill. And it's so good. Sobrang ganda nun para sa akin. No? Pero, ayun nga. So, they are really hyping up Jade Cargill. Sobrang ganda nun para sa akin. Pero, hindi pa din ako used. I'm not that used just yet. Ang tawag dito, I'm not that used just yet on Jade Cargill, WWE. Hindi pa ako sanay. Siguro, yung mga araw-araw pa. No? So, kumbaga, sabi ko nga, Jade Cargill, meron siyang tryout noong 2019. She chose not to sign with WWE first. And then, she signed with the WWE. And parang gumawa muna siya ng pangalan sa WWE. So, yun ang difference. So, dami pa sinabi ng team noon na there's a storm coming to the women's division. Trust me when I say Jade Cargill is a game changer. And I swear to God, take fucking Jade Cargill seriously, bro. Ang laki na magiging future nito ni Jade with the company. And I swear, she's getting that treatment and she's getting really, really, really good moment. And trust me, putang ina, we're getting big moments with Jade Cargill. I swear to God right now. And maraming continuity, maraming mangyayari at marami ding magaganap pa sa Fed with Jade Cargill signing. And as of signing, hindi pa natin alam kung saan siya magsasign. Kung ito ba ay sa Raw, kung ito ba sa SmackDown, kung ito ba ay NXT. Pero sinabi rin ni Jade actually na marami siyang dream matches, no? Like si Nia Jax, si Rhea Ripley, si Charlotte, Bianca. A lot of people, sabi niya, she wants to take them down all. And like what I said, I'm creating a legacy. I'm here to take over and make my name of myself. So, ayan. I'm really good. I'm really looking forward to Jade dito talaga. Pero pucha, ito yung ayoko sa AEW na gusto ko sa Fed. Na hindi sila masyadong nag-i-stick with the dream matches bullshit. And AEW, in the other hand, si TK kasi ginagawa niyang 2K23 na laruan tong AEW. Kaya hindi ko maintindihan. Ano bang new era? Mamaya pag-usapan niya natin. Ano bang new era na yan? To be honest, gusto ko kayong seryosohin dito sa tanong na ito mamaya. Habang hinahapyawan natin to. Tong Wrestle Dream. Ano bang new era? New era ba dahil wala si CM Punk? New era ba dahil patapos na si BD? New era ba dahil wala lang marketing? Ano yan? Propaganda machine? Ano yan si BB? Mamaya, bibigyan ko kayo ng pahapyaw dyan kung ano yung gusto kong new era ba talaga with the WWE or AEW. For now, tapos na tayo kay Jade. So, I'm really looking forward to a lot of Jade Cargill matches, a lot of stuff na gusto natin makuha for Jade. And magagawa lang natin yun o mangyayari lang lahat yun if Jade will go straight to the main roster and earn her shot right there. Pero pucha, wag nyo kasagasaan si Tiffany. Tiffany Stratton is a big star already. Trust me, they're building 2 stars at the same time. I hope walang masagasaan, walang mabury, walang disaster na mangyayari. I hope both Tiffany and Jade Cargill will get their respective moments. I swear to God. this is a worthy moment for both Jade and Tiffany. And sana wala nang mag-sacrifice kasi putang ina naman yaman na naman ako diyan. Ayan, pardon me, I just drinking my coffee. Tinimpla ko, wala akong kape ngayon na pasensya na. Ayan, so welcome to the show. As always, if you're listening to this episode, I hope you can rate the show 5 stars, 6 in Tokyo Dome, and also I hope na makinig kayo every time that we're releasing episodes here on the podcast. It's available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and to the rest of the podcast platforms. Ngayon, baka sipagin na ako mag-release ulit dahil sa mga takes natin na binibigay natin madalas dito sa show, no? Then, I hope that you can follow and support the podcast as well on all of the social media platforms of the show. Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and sa YouTube natin at The MTA Show Pod. And yung ating Patreon, patreon.com/The MTA Show Pod. Yan, continue tayo. So, I'm going to give a preview on what to expect on my No Mercy review, no? Medyo hindi ko muna bibigyan ng buo kasi hindi ko rin naman nabigyan ng buong review. Yung hindi pa ako magbibigay ng buong review. Basta bibigay ko lang muna first thoughts ko. So, first thought ko about No Mercy. No Mercy was good, no? Sobrang ganda sa totoo lang. If pag-uusapan natin yung mga 2.0, 3.0 events, this is definitely one of the best PLEs na tinanggal nila yung takeover, and man, that was so good. Ito, Ilya Dragunov is the new NXT champion. For me, it was a good move. Kahit di ko piniredict si Ilya, but Ilya, man, so good. Sobrang tagal na ng moment na ito. We're waiting for this since last year when he... Magkamali ba ako? Ayun, when he arrived on NXT and noong na-injured siya sa NXT UK, and when he held the title, he won it from Gunther. Doon pa lang alam ko nang may something talaga na gagawin muna kay Ilya before he go to the main roster. Pero yan since he won the NXT title now, we're really looking forward sa mga makukuha natin sa NXT with him becoming NXT champion. Gusto rin natin malaman kung ano ba next na kay Carmelo Hayes. Ano ba yung makukuha natin soon with him and Trick Williams, kasi alam niyo naman may continuity. Diba? Nakita niyo naman in the end, like they're shaking hands. Tawag dito. Si Trick looks happy, Melo looks sad that he didn't won. Also probably they're setting up a match for Halloween Havoc later this month. Ayun, yun lang muna. Then Trick Williams, speaking of, he is now the North American champion. He was defeated Dominic Mysterio with Dragon D as the special guest referee. Noticeable on this match, Dominic is kinda cowering since Dragon D, may story siya kay Dragon Lee. Diba? Tandaan niyo naman yung nangyari doon. And parang umiiwas siya kay Dom. Umiiwas din siya sa kung ano. At some point, parang ang daming disaster na nangyari, no? And then, isa pang story na nangyari from NXT No Mercy is actually Becky Lynch retaining the title over Tiffany Stratton in a Extreme Rules match. Ito, definitely one of the best Extreme Rules match that I ever seen when it comes to the women's side. Sobrang bihira yung mga Extreme Rules match for the women. And I think they delivered when it comes to Tiffany Stratton tsaka kay Becky. Ito, ang pinag-uusapan natin is si Tiffany na 2 taon pa lang nagre-wrestle. So tingin ko ito na yung yung crowning moment niya as a superstar. Then sa tingin natin 1 year or 2 years magiging magiging big star na siya sa WWE. Like kung sasabayan nila si Jade with their build on a new star, putya, mahirap nito. Pero I hope talaga both Tiffany tsaka si Jade, sana mag-strive sila at the same time they're building a new star over there. Two big stars actually in the making. In Jade and Tiffany, I hope they're not going to waste one of them or both of them. Magandang bagay ito for the WWE. Lalo na't si Mercedes Moné is no longer with the Fed. Maraming injured. Bailey is being sidelined with Io Sky as champion. I hope that building new stars will be great for the main roster right now. Sama mo na si Roxanne. If Roxanne eventually makes her debut to the main roster, sana protektahan niya yung tatlo. Yung tatlo, sana maprotektahan talaga. No? Ayun. So, wala pa naman ako ibang thoughts regarding No Mercy. So, yun lang muna. Ang aking pahapyaw. So, ito muna, recap natin muna yung card na nangyari sa No Mercy. So, Baron Corbin defeated Braun Breaker for the NXT. Wala pala. Baron Corbin defeated Braun Breaker. Baron Corbin sported a new gimmick. A new enhanced gimmick, like a biker taker, ganyan. Ayun. Then, si Noam Dar defeated Butch. Akalain nyo, 7 pa yung distractions. 7 tao yung nakatalo kay Butch. And it's kind of weird to me, but at the same time, lumakas yung booking sa kanya. I wish by Halloween Havoc he will become the champion down the line. Then, ano pa ba? The titles, ano tawag dito? NXT Tag Titles was retained by the family over OTM, the Creeds, and the Sotarios. Tapos, ano pa ba? Yung tags. Yun, tags. Women's title was retained as well. Yung women's title. Oo. Tapos yung NXT title, new champion. And then, yung K-Trick nga, NXT North American. Overall, NXT No Mercy was so good. Marami lang talaga akong complaints when it comes to the build-up nito. Pero overall, that was so good. Pag-usapan na lang natin sa full review next episode yung mga thoughts ko regarding No Mercy. But for now, let's do a let's do a recap muna for all of the shows this week before we go to the thoughts on NXT. Dito. Bago tayo magtungo sa sa AEW Wrestle Team. So, recap muna tayo ng mga weekly shows. So, let's start with the Saturday Night SmackDown. So, LA Knight was introduced as John Cena's partner for WWE Fastlane. Our Jey Uso, or Jimmy Uso. Puro na ako Jay. Last week pa tong JJ ko. Bayan. Ayun. So, ulitin natin. So, LA Knight is John Cena's partner for WWE Fastlane over Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. So, explain muna natin yung frustration ko last episode pa over Jimmy Uso's bullshit on Bloodline. So, Jimmy Uso, as of late, he is acting like bootleg Roman Reigns for whatever reason looks like. He is just a fucking asshole na gusto maging Roman Reigns. Sinabi niya sa isang episode, if in case you remember, that he turned on Jay, o he attacked Jay at SummerSlam because ayaw niya na malason ni Roman yung utak niya, or ayaw niya maging Roman si Jay. So, on the other hand, Jay or Jimmy, putang ina, ang dami kasi pangalan. Jimmy is now acting like Roman. So, anong sense ng character development na ito? Para bang nakakatulong ba to kay Jay o nakakatulong ba to kay Jimmy? Or parehas sila nagde-decline? Di ba ang labo na itong character development ni Jimmy, paurong? Daw mga paniwala na sinasabi ko to guys 2 episodes in a row, I'm complaining about Jimmy's character. At putang ina, I can't Jimmy Uso's character right now is just so bad. Hindi ko kayang i-explain sa isang episode lang. Kaya ito na-extend na ng isa pang episode yung frustrations ko about this character. Like yes, is acting like Roman now na putang ina, I can't take it seriously, bro. Like where's the development? Akala ko ba gusto mong maging different with your brother Jay? And now Jay is acting different and you putang ina, you're not acting different this time around. Parang ang pangit, di ba? Parang ang pangit kasi na tingnan mo, you're getting a different music, different aura, different approach, different bullshit. But you're getting the same Roman Reigns bullshit. Like, come on. Like, come on, bro. Ano bang pinaglalaban mo? But ba't gusto mo maging Roman Reigns, di ba? I don't get Jimmy's point here na he betrayed Roman or he betrayed Jay or Roman, whatever, ganun din naman. He betrayed putang ina, dami ko ng J. He betrayed Jay Uso because he feels na pag nanalo siya, magiging Roman siya. Pero iba yung nagiging case eh. Si Jimmy pa yung nagiging Roman eh. Which is, in my point of view, wrong resolution eh. Na umahapot tayo sa point na nag-a-assume ka as ikaw pala yung mismong ungas na nag-aaktong Roman Reigns. Like Roman Reigns, as of late, is not available on TV and the next one that he will appear is October 21st. Wait, I have to check this. I think October 21st pa? Yung susunod na appearance si Roman. Let me check on X. So, I am checking X right now. So, sensya na guys. I'm getting used to straight up checking sources. Ayan na. So, wait. Napin natin. Wait. Wala. Sorry, wala talaga. Walang date. So ito nga, like what I said, hindi nag-evolve si Jimmy. Straight up na. Ito na yung gusto ko sabihin. Jimmy's character is not evolving. And it's not working on him. Trust me when I say this. He is acting like Roman. He wants to be like Roman. He's trying to be Roman. And it doesn't work on his end. Aantayin mo pa si Roman bumalik para lang umakto kang tao. Parang ang labo, di ba? Kaya hindi ko maintindihan why we're getting this bullshit character development by Jimmy Uso here. And ayoko umabot sa point na putang ina, ang dami ko na naman frustration about this character. Ang dami ko nang sinabi sa character na to. At this point, hindi ko alam why we'll have today with another bloodline storyline. Again, until next year's WrestleMania. Hindi ko maintindihan why, tanggap ko na natalo si Cena kay Cody, si Roman kay Cody. Pero hindi ko maintindihan why we have to deal with this another story with bloodline. It's just disappointing. At this point, it sucks. At this point, I don't get the point anymore. At this point, I don't get it anymore. Ang labo eh. Hindi ko alam. Ito guys ayokong mang-offend sa inyo ha. Hindi ko alam kung ano pa yung pagtutunguhan nito ni Jamie. Unless, if the point here is he just want to take Roman's spotlight, then may sense itong panggagaya niya kung ano-ano mga pinaggagawa niya. Pero kung gusto mo lang mang-unga sa kapatid mong tanga, di wala rin sense mga pinaggagawa mo, para ka lang din timang. Tapos pag bumalik si Roman, para ka naman manamunto pa. Ganun. Sus, you're taking yourself too much eh. Kaya binoblot mo yung ulo mo eh. Yun din eh. In a way that it doesn't make sense, bro. na Jimmy has to do this bullshit. Come on. You're not evolving, bro. After the split of the bloodline, how dito? Sorry. You want to evolve in a character na hindi ko ma-expect, hindi ko rin magets why we have to deal with that evolution and it doesn't work out to you, it doesn't work out to them. Annoying, di ba? Oo, yung haba na nga ng explanation ko dito, doon pa lang mayayamot ka na sa akin, di ba? Pero wala eh. Parang in-explain further ko lang why I'm sick of Jimmy's character. Si Jimmy, it doesn't work out to him, but so what we're getting on the point here? What's the point of okay. We're waiting with this. Roman is set to return on October 13, so that's 2 weeks time. But still, boy. Wala. Sobrang palpal talaga yung development ni Jimmy Uso right now. Why? Meanwhile, si main event Jey Uso, nagmumukha na naman ng umbisakol dito. Jey Uso, habang siya, ang ganda ng presentation niya, like, he's over with the crowd, everyone is just swaying. Alam ko naman na medyo con yung kanyang theme song, I don't care. Basta ang importante, he has a different approach right now. Sobrang different ni Jey ngayon. And that's why I love Jey. Yes. Ewan ko iba yung vibe sa akin ni Jey right now. I know he's dealing with Drew McIntyre on Raw right now. Pero iba yung vibe niya na dinadala niya ngayon with this new solo character. Which is good for me. Ang problema, pre, as much as you don't want to think about na itong dalawang magkapatid na to, ay mag-feud pa by January. Nai-stuck tayo sa character developments na ayaw natin pag-usapan. Si Jey, like what I said, Jey has a really good character development by now. Sana magtuloy-tuloy. Si Jimmy, tumatandang paurong. Paurong din yung development ng character na to. And it doesn't work out for them. It doesn't work out for him. That's very unfortunate. Pero yun nga, straight up na natin. It doesn't work out for Jey. It works with Jey. Kay Jimmy, putang na pre, para kang bata na umiiri. Sorry, I have to say this. I hate to say this, but it doesn't work with Jimmy right now. Jimmy is owning the worst gimmick of the bloodline right now. Solo, maintindihan ko. Solo has this different approach when it comes to this. It's very silent even without Roman. At some point, alam ko, tatry to rin mo rin si Jimmy. Pero putang ina, parang sana maging aware ka din sa pinaggagawa ng kapatid mo. Yun lang yan. Ayun, recap natin on what we're getting on SmackDown. So, Rey versus Santos was so good. And Rey versus Santos. Tapos, inassault ng Street Profits, sila Rey at si Santos. And ito na nga. Inassault nila Lashley tsaka Street Profits, sila Rey tsaka si Santos. Ito na yung parang formation or turning point ng stable nila Lashley tsaka nila Street Profits to. Street Profits, parang dito na nag-umpisa yung turning point when it comes to this stable na pinag-workout nilang tatlo. And sa tingin ko, ito na yan. Parang they just waited for the warning and the momentum para mangyari siya. And it works. No? So, yan. Then, prior to that, there's the Grayson Waller effect. Parang doon in-explain ni Lashley na ayaw niya na mga pag-associate pero eventually, nabago rin isip niya and he walked out with them. The tag match, 6-man tag, was set for WWE Fastlane on October 7 next week. We're going to do predictions on that as well. Yun. Then, syempre, John Cena, he made the appearance. He made he signed a contract for the match, and his partner will be LA Knight. Like what I said, LA Knight will be his partner for the match at Fastlane. And yun, it's gonna be good for sure. Pero I wish na Cena won't take too much here and let LA Knight win it for the team. No? Maganda to, magandang bago ito. And marami akong aabangan sa Fastlane kung maganda yung magiging build nito. At least for me. At least for me. So yun, let's go to Raw. So, Raw, parang ewan ko, hindi ko siya ganang mamimiss when it comes to the happenings, ano. So, we have Dragon Lee versus, tawag dito, Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio. This was the last Dominic Mysterio defense. Tawag dito. This match was just a good. Parang ito yung mas gusto kong makita sa No Mercy na match. Pero to be fair, impressed din naman ako with Trick Williams winning the title. But ito, feeling ko, yung ganitong level of matches, ito yung mas gusto kong makita sa PLE. Na yun. But ito, regardless, I really love Trick Williams winning the title. Pero ito, feeling ko talaga na this thing elevated Dragon Lee that much. And kailangan lang talaga ng experience sa live TV ni Dilly. So therefore, na makapaan niya na agad. Pero by WrestleMania after, baka makukuha na rin natin siya sa main roster. That will be great in our end. And it's a win for everyone. And the match was so good. Sobrang ganda ng match. And ang natutuwa pa ako is Michael Cole. Ginawa nila yung magandang introduction kay Dragon Lee. Like, putang ina pre. Ang ganda ng explanation ng production nila. Ay, wala akong pakialam kung bago siya sa WWE. But this is just a justified or justification na sobrang ganda rin talaga ng presentation ng WWE when it comes to this nowadays na tsaka hindi rin siya tinitrato na na bago. Oo. Kaya sobrang ganda nun para sa akin. Nakakatuwa. Okay. So isa pa, ano pa ba? Wala na eh. Wala naman ako kailangan ma-miss masyado. So ang kasabihin ko na lang yung Judgment Day. Parang they are setting up a tease already for October and November. So possibly by War Games, it will be Judgment Day with JD McDonough on it versus Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and Jey Uso. Maganda ba? Hindi ko pa alam. Pero from the way it looks, sakto lang. Sakto lang. Pero for now, I would not go into give my thoughts on it for now. Basta yun, sakto lang siya sa akin. So, on this upcoming Raw, so since Becky retained her women's title, she will face Tegan Nox for the NXT women's title. And in my opinion, di naman kailangan panitigan yun, pero kailangan niya lang talaga ng match or moment for that. So therefore, that will be great for me. So let's continue now with NXT. So recap na lang natin kasi nangyari na yung No Mercy eh. So si Butch, he defeated Joe Coffey to determine the winner of the Global Heritage Invitational Tournament. And the match was so good. Pero sa tingin ko yung mga matches na sobrang kailangan nyo i-check, mga nasa quarters to semis. Marami naman. Sa WWE Network naman yun. Kaso ang problema wala naman tayong WWE Network. It sucks that we need to deal with Disney Plus at this time around. Kaya putang ina, sana ibalik na lang yung WWE Network. No? Totally. Ayan. So, continue na rin natin. Sabi ko nga, Joe Coffey versus Butch. Ang ganda na to. Ang ganda. And I'm glad that there's a continuity when it comes to build up of their feud. Ano nangyari sa No Mercy. Siguro discuss na natin ng malala sa full review. Maganda yung maganda yung continuity ng match nila in my point of view. Pero yan nga, I really love how they are building this match. And they're building how yung mga heritage matches. Pero ito sa akin lang ha. Connect ko na rin dito since kailangan ko na rin dalhin. Itong Heritage Cup is same with the Manila Rules, no? na meron tong appropriate time para ilabas. Sa totoo lang. Ito, tong Heritage Cup, Manila Rules, same also applies kasi they're almost the same concept. Different formats lang. Tsaka yung mga pure Tyro matches sa ROH, they have the same concern when it comes to me. Na, ito, ROH at least, they're giving a appropriate time na kung kailan nila gagamitin yung mga pure matches, no? Kung Tyro match na pure Tyro, okay. So, maintindihan ko yun. Pero ito, tsaka Manila Rules, no offense MWF, I love you guys, pero I have to protest again. Kasi napupuna ko na din to eh. Ito, tsaka tong Heritage Cup, may mga appropriation to kung kailan mo gagamitin eh. Like, may continuity ng build-ups. Para sa akin, hindi kailangan ng Manila Rules. Okay, ito, itong Heritage Cup. Kung may binibuild kayong story na sa tingin ko kailangan ng mga malalang distractions, yes. Parang ang dating sa akin, parang off yung concept ng Heritage Cup. Parang may ganun na feeling. Tsaka mas maganda rin siguro na dalhin na lang sa weekly. Mas madalas yung mga Heritage Cup matches. Kasi when I watched NXT No Mercy, wala. Parang tulog talaga yung crowd sa match na to. Pero this match was so good too. Ayun, same experience with the MWF. MWF is using Manila Rules a lot lately. I know this is their trademark that they're trying to build in. Pero some matches kasi, parang hindi siya kailangan ng Manila Rules. So, parang ito rin, ganito din ang napifeel ko. Same with the Heritage Cup. Some matches, it doesn't need Manila Rules on it. Like I understand the placing of the rule sa mga Tyro matches. Yes, understandable yun. Yung Ken versus JDL, yes, understandable din yun. Ito, one example na feeling ko hindi kailangan ng Manila Rules. Jomar versus Tajiri. Na pinakita nila ng libre. Para sa akin, feeling ko ang pangit. Ang pangit na may Manila Rules yun. Yan yung parang Republika na una kong show. Pero feeling ko hindi kailangan ng Manila Rules na. Pero isa pang example na feeling ko hindi kailangan ng Manila Rules is a match na i-discuss ko na lang siguro sa full review ng Malala. Etong kina David Ravena at kay Ken Cypher. Also applicable din sa mga matches na mostly taga-Wu yung lumalaban. I know Wu versus Wu, maintindihan ko na hindi kailangan mag-Manila Rules. Pero parang weird pa din to me that if there's a Wu talent, they have to deal with Manila Rules too. Parang weird ang labo. Pero yun, yun lang naman sa akin. Parang sana may appropriation lang talaga yung Manila Rules. Sana rin na wag most of the time Manila Rules. Yun lang. Wala naman akong issue sa rule. Wala akong issue on how it works. Pero ayun, so yun lang. Sana dalasan lang talaga yung mga non-Manila Rules match sa MWF. Like, sa tag matches, sure, na babypass to. Kasi ang hirap mag-Manila Rules pag 2x2, sure. Pero ito, 1x1, sana dalasan din yung pagtanggal ng Manila Rules sa mga gantong senaryo. Yun lang naman sa akin. At least napapansin ko sa shows na napapanood ko na live. And for sure, may isip ko rin siya from time to time pag nakaalala ko talaga yung Manila Rules. So, tsaka to, applicable din naman to sa Heritage Cup. Pag nadadala nila yung Heritage Cup sa mga PLEs na parang feeling ko nagiging snooze fest. Yun lang naman. Wala naman akong ganong issue when it comes to it. Okay, so Baron Corbin tsaka Braun Breaker. Ito, parang napapansin ko so na slate. Medyo naguguluhan ako sa booking ng characters nila. Ay, sorry. Parang napapansin ko naguguluhan ako sa booking ng mga characters nila. Medyo ang, tawag dito, maabot sa point na ang labo nila parehas. Alam nyo, na they're both heels. And yung mga heels na alam mo yun, maglalaban, parang pinaglalaban mo sa Wrestling Empire sa 2K na both heels na hindi mo mapag-chemistry ng maganda. Ganito yung feeling ko with Corbin and Braun. Kahit nung match nila sa No Mercy, ganun din. Parang feeling ko na hindi to mag-workout. Kailangan talaga may mag-turn sa kanila. A Corbin heel turn, a face turn can work naman. Oo. Mag-work yun. Pero feeling ko based on the build up that they have with Corbin, feeling ko hindi siya magta-turn anytime soon. Pero ang weird kasi, kung paano sila mag-deal ng ganitong turns o ng ganitong approach. Ayun, tumitingnan ako ng stuff. Pero yun nga, sometimes Corbin na-work. Ang maganda kasi kay Corbin, I really love Corbin kasi. Kasi yung mga gimmicks na dala niya, na-workout niya. For example, yung End of Days gimmick, yung Lone Wolf gimmick. Tapos itong Happy Corbin, sa tingin ko na pag-workout niya rin yung Happy Corbin. Yung GM medyo putangan eh. Nabibuwisit ako sa GM gimmick, aminin natin nag-workout din 'yon. Tsaka ito nga, tong NXT gimmick niya ngayon na medyo nag-workout naman to me. Ayun lang naman, medyo maganda naman sa akin. Ayan. So, parang Corbin tsaka kay Braun, ganun din, medyo hindi ako maintindihan. Ayan. Okay. So, yun lang naman yung problema ko. So, ano pa ba pwede nating i-recap? So, si Thea Hale, meron na siyang bagong character. Tagal na to, di ko lang napupuna. She is now slowly leaving the Chase U character away. And para sa akin, ang ganda ng pag-transition niya to this with JC Jane. Kasi ang ganda. Bagay sa kanya yung ganun, sa totoo lang. Parang ang evolution kasi ni JC Jane. Ganun din ang difference sa kanya eh. Which is maganda rin kay Thea. And si Thea kasi, she needs something. Sa tingin ko, magpupush on her limits. And sa tingin ko, ito na yung isa sa mga yun. In a way na mag-work out on her end. And ito yung isa. I'm not going to say na ito talaga yung magpapa-workout sa kanya. But maybe it's one of them. No? Ngayon, then, medyo ang problema ko lang, kailangan niya lang talaga ng new finisher. Kasi putang ina eh. Yes, kailangan din niya mag-show up eh. Kasi putang ina, napapansin nyo? Itong si Thea, I love Thea Hale. Thea Hale's character in NXT is fantastic. You know, one of my favorite characters when it comes to NXT. Ang concern ko lang with Thea Hale, totoo lang, yung mga moves niya medyo limited. Kailangan niya siguro ng bago. Na, I know, she's dealing with the Kimura. Pero puta naman pa rin, dami-daming moves dyan. Mag-adapt ka naman. Mag-adapt naman sana sila ng new moves for Thea Hale. No? Ayan. So, number 1 contendership match is a 4-way. Dragon Lee, Tyler Bate, Axiom, and Trick Williams was announced for this NXT. So that's why Trick Williams won the shot. No? So like holy shit, everyone is delivered when it comes to this. Desperate din siya na manalo. Oo. Sobrang ganda. Alam niyo yun, yung lahat sila nag-shine. Ang maganda dito, lahat sila nag-shine in a way. Yung 4. Then, kahit si Bate at si Axiom, they deserved it respectively. Pero si Trick kasi, easiest story to tell kasi. Parang napakita na rin natin. Pero yes, pansin ko, on this part of the episode, di pa nila ganong mabay si Trick as the next one who will dethrone Dom. Pero at least sa tingin ko, nung No Mercy na mismo, they are buying to it na. Ang ganda, which is ang ganda ng evolution ng pag-build ng character niya, which is great too. Hell, I'm really looking forward, by the way, to Trick versus Melo some point then. No, yan. So, regardless, Trick Williams, so good, man. So good. Ayun, yun lang naman para sa akin. Overall, kung papanoorin nyo itong NXT, diretso na kayo sa No Mercy kasi wala naman kayo ganang mamimiss. Wala naman kayo ganang mamimiss when it comes to NXT sa card na yon. Pero overall, maganda yung No Mercy. And maganda rin yung NXT episode na yun. Overall din nyo siya mamimiss. Din yung mamimiss yung NXT if you watch No Mercy straight up agad. Yun lang naman for me for now. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to do a recap now of AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, and we're going to do now the predictions for this year's AEW Wrestle Dream with the main event Christian Cage versus Darby Allin for the TNT title 2 out of 3 falls. For now, let's check our bunkmates here on Bunk Collective. Don't go away.
Annyeong, we are One to Sarang.
Your next favorite Hallyu podcast.
We talk K-drama.
Mandaming kilig every time
Oh my
we
God.
get K-drama.
We also talk K-pop.
Yung feeling ko sa 17 na they bring me so much happiness.
And we live to entertain.
What you gonna do when Dicky steak in front of
Check us out now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Also on YouTube. Join us sa Tawanan at Kwentuhan from One to Sarang.
Sales, profit, and engagement na naman ang usapan. Hey guys, Matt and Lance here. Corporate guys rin kami at pagod na rin kami sa ganyang usapang office. Ibahin naman natin ang mga kausap natin. Listen to guests from careers beyond the corporate scene with the Project Offbeat Career Podcast. Imagine talking to historians, gamers, teachers, and the like on how they live differently and succeed in their unconventional careers. Baka sakali, ito naman ang sign to pursue your passions. Kita-kits sa Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube.
Naguulat mula sa shore na kasing pretty ko.
Bringing you the latest and greatest.
And diving deep into the cool waters
of BLs and GLs.
And every kind of love there is.
We are the Shippers. Sail with us as we watch our favorite queer love stories.
And update you about the latest every week.
Kaya tara, sakay na as we sail the open seas.
With new episodes Mondays and Wednesdays on all major podcast streaming platforms.
Sakay na you. Let's go.
Ayan, so welcome back to the podcast. Are you still listening to the MPA Show podcast, a wrestling podcast? And pasensya na, nakatayo na ako and you can hear my seat right now. Ginagalaw ko siya actually. Pero ayan, if you're listening to this podcast for the first time, I hope you can consider following the show on all of the social media platforms: Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and on our YouTube channel at the MTG Show Pod. It's on the same username, so madali nyo na mahanap yung show. And don't forget to follow Bunk Collective on all of our social media platforms at the Bunk PH. And you can visit our website as well at thebunkph.com. Soon naman makikita nyo na ako yan sa website. Kasi ang nakikita nyo pa lang na akin dyan is my show profile pa lang. Pero hindi pa gano'ng kompleto. Pero yun, sa mga nasa Discord natin or Patreon, expect a No Mercy review. Babalik na ako sa pagsusulat ng reviews for the show. So that's why I'm giving you guys a video or a recording version of my first thoughts on it. So probably I'll save the full on the written version of my review of No Mercy. So that's $5. Medyo kailangan ko na rin i-disband, tanggalin yung gank ko kasi ang hirap i-use ni gank pag ganitong mga format na gusto ko. So, yun, mag-stick na lang kayo sa Patreon ko, patreon.com/themtgshowpod sa mga gusto sumuporta. And sa mga gusto rin magbasa o mga nasanay na rin magbasa ng mga written reviews ko sa podcast. No? So, yun, let's continue with Dynamite now. So, we got a contract signing between Darby Allin. Contract signing between Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland In my opinion, tong contract signing na to, tapon. Medyo tapon to sa akin. Kung pagbabasihan natin yung build towards the show and tong build ng match nila, medyo tapon siya sa akin. Kasi ang dating, parang, ano ba tawag dito? In a way and in a sense na nag-build sila ng magandang feud since All in London. Tapos ito, makukuha natin na contract signing. Parang panapos. Parang ang tapon niya. Dating sa akin, tapon. No? Kaya lang naman, parang tapon talaga yung dating sa akin. Wala akong magagawa dyan. Pero yun, isa pang bagay that we need to take note is we have a 4-way match. Wait, I'll just confirm what we are getting on the 4-way. So, the 4-way match, ay hindi pala actually 4-way, sorry. So, it's Nick Jackson, Claudio, and Brian Cage. Nick Jackson will get a title shot for Rey Fenix title, which is the International Championship. Hindi naman sobrang big deal, but yeah. So, Jeff Jarrett is amazing as fuck. I know this kind of matches ni Jeff Jarrett is overbooked. In a way, daming overbooked palagi when it comes to Jeff Jarrett. But I know na nag-work siya talaga in a bound, no? Pero okay, I really love Jeff Jarrett. And Jeff Jarrett just amazing talaga. Then, ito MJF versus MJF Adam Cole. Alam niyo yun, na putang ina pre. Alam niyo yung mga cameo nila. Tsaka to si Paul White. Sobrang nakakatawa. Na, ano ba tawag dito? Sobrang nakakatawa yung mga skits nila. I know this is a part of their friendship thing. Pero I don't know. It's working for me. I don't know it's working for everyone. Pero sa akin naman nag-work out to. Siguro I let this storyline slide for now. Pero ayan, that will be great for me. Puro putang ina Aubrey. Pero awag ko pero we're getting copy-paste here. Jericho is now, Jeff Jarrett is now getting a Jericho treatment here. Naka-specific na kay Aubrey Edwards yung mga matches niya. I don't know it's a pro o con. Pero ang gago, nakagagawan ako sa ganun. Pero yan, merong ano pa ba ang kailangan kong i-preview sa inyo sa Dynamite. So, yun nga, may 3-way nga. So, MJF and Adam Cole, they have this promo na Adam Cole is injured. Yes, he's legitimately injured. Kailangan niya mag-require ulit ng surgery on his broken ankle and torn ligaments na I know na it's disappointing na kailangan matapos yung work nila with MJF and Adam Cole. Pero we quickly found out na the next one for AEW title. Dito rin, pinasok nila dito agad, which is good. So, Jay White is the next challenger for Adam Cole. Pero ito, bigyan ko na kayo ng spoiler ha. Yung mask doon sa locker room between during the episode of Dynamite 2 episodes ago, there's a mask na ginamit nasa locker ni Adam Cole, the same mask na ginagamit ni MJF during his hero run. Pero parang duda pa rin ako na si Adam Cole yun. Kasi ang liit kasi. Di naman maliit yung attacker. Pero yun nga, so MJF killed White and putang ina pre putya. Ang lala as in. Ganda ng write-off ni Cole. And at the same time, yung pasok ni Jay White, and that was so good. I cannot wait to see MJF, Jay White promos pa na malala. And yung MJF face run is definitely working here in my head. I wish talaga na putang ina. Just give us MJF and juice for something. That would be great for me. Thank you, AEW. Okay, so ano ba ito tawag dito? Ano ba? Wala na. Basically, wala na. Wala tayong kailangan ma-miss. So, pag-usapan na nga lang natin yung new era. Upo na nga lang ako kasi I have to sit down. So, naririnig natin sa mga promos, sa mga videos, at sa mga thoughts ni Tony Khan. Ano nga ba tong new era na to? So, totoo lang na aaning din ako pag naririnig ko yung new era sa bibig ni Tony Khan. Kasi ano to parang sanay na siya sa ganitong PR stunts na every year ginagawa niya para mag-boost ng gain on numbers sa AEW. Pero ewan ko kung nagwo-workout ba sa kanya. Kung nagwo-workout, yes, congrats. Pero no, I don't care. Pero itong mga PR stunts na to ni TK is slowly not working on his favor. It's not working on the company's favor as well. Kita nyo naman, numbers pa lang ng tickets. It's just reading everything. Hindi siya nag-work. Maliban na lang kung ang conversation natin is all about All in London. Naputang na, yun na lang lagi ang ginagawa niyong argument. Like, fuck it, bro. Come on. Pero ayun nga, ito, bigyan ko na kayo ng perception. Ano ba itong new era na to ni Tony Khan when it comes to his product? I know we're getting this probably sa Wrestle Dream later or maybe sa first episode ng Dynamite with this new era tag na ako naman tawag yun, new era, whatever. Pero feeling ko, ang new era na to, siguro kailangan i-execute ng tama na new era talaga. Parang hirap kasi seryosohin ng mga PR stunts ni Tony Khan lately. Itong mga PR na to ni TK na we're getting a new era. Tangina, ang gustong kunin, ang gusto namin makuha ng mga AEW fans, streaming deal, hindi ganito. Magpakatotoo na tayo. So, Philippines doesn't have a streaming deal right now. Since last month, September, TAP no longer airing AEW shows for whatever reason it is. And the only way that we can watch it on Fight na lang, no? Fight na lang o kaya mag-watch wrestling ka. Yun na lang yun. Pero putang ina pre, parang ayoko rin mag-subscribe sa Fight kasi yung Fight masyadong mahal, $350 per month. Kung ikukumpara mo sa ibang streaming deal dito na medyo competitive naman at marami ka rin makukuha. Kaya nga maganda yung deal ni TAP na $179. Hindi ako dito sponsored pero mention na rin natin to for our listeners. Yung TAP Go TV, it's $180 per month. Ando na WWE, UFC, Best of 2K, TKOs. Then ando na rin lahat halos ng mga VOD if you want to watch Raw, SmackDown, NFL. Kung gusto niyo din manood ng UFC events, ando na din lahat ng mga nandun pa ang AEW, andun din. Yun ang maganda. Problema, we're not going to get them unless you're subscribed to Fight for $350. Medyo hassle Kaya kailangan na rin natin si Max or kailangan na rin natin ng streaming deal not only in the Philippines kundi sa States din. Kasi ang pangit talaga ng move nila na they have to deal with BR Live. BR Live is shit, bro. Maraming nagsasabi na kahit mga taga-States na basura yung BR Live, yung BR Live na napaka-basura, pinagpipilitan nila. Pero yun nga, sana ang i-announce na lang ni TK, wag na itong mga PR stunts na to. Like wag na isipin itong new era. New era to, yes. Because Edge is signing with AEW according to PW Insider. Pero putang ina pre, tama-tama na itong mga PR stunts na to. Hindi ito mag-workout sa'yo AEW. Hindi ito mag-workout for TK. Hindi rin ito mag-workout for AEW. Kaya stop using this words na sa tingin ko convincing on some, convincing on most, pero hindi siya convincing for all. Ganun lang. Parang walang panlasa o parang walang awareness si Tony Khan when it comes to this kind of stuff. Na sana wag din masyadong padalos-dalos sa mga ganitong PR stunts. Kasi yung mga PR stunts na to hindi to maganda. Ako na nagsasabi sa inyo. No? Pero yun nga, kung ano bang gusto nyo sa new era na to ni AEW. Kasi, we got a new stage, we got a new show, we got a new show, Collision. We got a new thing, new people in town. Possibly, pag may 90 days na ulit, tapos, kami ka makukuha dyan. Possible mo pang makuha si Edge. So, what's the point? Like, there's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of stars to sign after the 90 days. After ng releases. And, sana itong mga PR stunts na to, itigil na to ni TK. Nakikiusap ako as a fan, as a wrestling fan, not only AEW fan, but as a wrestling fan, na tama-tama na itong mga PR stunts na to ni TK. I know this is for his company, but sometimes PR stunts or PR moves doesn't work. And, kung itong mga katarantaduan na to, tigil mo na. Tama na. Just stick on your program and let, sana, yung mga PR na yan, gawin mo na lang yan na pang-improve sa programs mo. Yung ROH, disgrasya na. Kasi ito, Collision, laging nabubugbog ng mga pay-per-view. Yung Dynamite, bumababa yung ticket sales. Sinong matutuwa dyan? Na yung mga PR stats nyo, new era, pul-pul. Ayun, so let's go na sa Wrestle Dream. So we're going to predict AEW Wrestle Dream on this end of the show this week. So according to Tony Khan, it will begin with a 10-bell salute to Antonio Inoki. So this event was a tribute show for the owner Antonio Inoki na magti-take place itong event on the first anniversary of his death. So yun, Wrestle Dream, mamaya na to. So first, di natin pag-uusapan itong mga kick-off matches, pero we need to mention these matches. So the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn versus TMDK for the 6-man tag titles ng AEW. Then Luchasaurus versus Nick Wayne, tapos Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Diamante and Mercedes Martinez versus Satoshi Kojima, Keith Lee, anyara sa'yo bro, Athena, and Billy Starks. And ito yung inaabangan ko sa Zero Hour. Kung gusto nyo abangan tong Zero Hour, ito yung abangan nyo din. Josh Barnett versus Claudio Castagnoli for the... Wala. Hindi siya champion eh. Ayan nga. So, hindi naman ako nagpe-prediction ng kick-off matches, pero that will be great for sure. So, let's start now with Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta. So, for the past 3 months, Ricky Starks is just banging, man. Sobrang ganda ng run ni Ricky Starks so nas late. Pero this might be a new day for Ricky Starks. So I'm going to predict Ricky Starks here. Wala mang kawala to kay Wheeler. So Ricky Starks to. Then there's a 4-way match for the future AEW tag titles match. So it's Young Bucks, The Guns, Lucha Brothers, and Orange Cassidy and Hook. So siguro ayoko munang mag-champion yung tatlo, Bucks, Guns, tsaka Brothers. Siguro bigay muna nila to kay na Orange Cassidy tsaka kay Hook. Kahit di sila manalo, okay lang as long as new face yung magkuha natin na contenders for it. Then ito, Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart tuloy. Naalala ko tuloy si Case of Life Julie. Wala. Gaming shoutouts to kay Yuki. Baka naman Yuki, review mo na yung Case of Life. Kasi sobrang ganda ng Case of Life. Joke lang. Yan. So, Julia Hart. Hindi Julie Hart. Iba yung Julia Hart. Ayun. Personally, I love Chris Stat. Pero a Julia Hart win here will be great for me. Pero Chris Stat lang. I don't see this title will change anytime soon. Then ito, Eddie Kingston versus Katsuyori Shibata for the ROH title and the Strong Up and Weight title. So it's all Eddies. I think it will be Eddie pa din ito. So Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite versus Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and Will Ospreay. Pero ewan ka, parang naglilin ako kina Jericho dito. Just para lang maka-equal sila. Sa amin naman yung mapipin, so okay lang. Then ito, MJF versus The Righteous, Vincent and Dutch. 2-on-1 handicap match for the ROH titles. So feeling ko mananalo dito. Kung walang magiging bagong tag partner si MJF, feeling ko mananalo na dito yung The Righteous. Just for the continuity ng story with Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, feeling ko sila yung mananalo. Pero feeling ko rin mananalo si MJF dito by himself. I doubt na ipapapin ito sa dalawang team, sa dalawang to. Unless there will be a lot of interruption like Jay White, like Samoa Joe, ayun. Doon na may chance si Righteous. Pero wala, MJF to. Then, FTR versus Aussie Open. AEW Tag Titles. So, FTR ito, siguro. Di. Possible Aussie Open. Aussie Open are just great champions too. Pero feeling ko, FTR ito. FTR. So, Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. Feeling ko Swerve. May leaning ako kay Swerve dito. Then, Bryan Danielson versus Saxy Breed Jr. Okay, this is interesting since ito ay Battle of the Technicals. I'm really looking forward for a CSJ win. Pero hindi, feeling ko si BD mananalo dito. Bryan Danielson. Finally, main event. Christian Cage versus Darby Allin. 2 out of 3 falls for the AEW TNT title. Personally, I'm leaning to Christian Cage since it's his first defense. Feeling ko ito na yung magbe-break ng curse. Then Edge will debut sa AEW. Then ang first target niya si Darby. Feeling ko lang naman. Hindi feeling ko na sasama si Edge kay Darby. Opposite minsan yung nangyayari. So Edge just follow Darby. So most likely si Edge ang tatarget kay Christian or si Edge ang tatarget kay Darby. Pero feeling ko talaga majority ko si Edge tatargetin si Darby. 2 out of 3 falls ito, tandaan nyo. So, yun lang ang predictions ko for AEW Wrestling Wrestle Dream. So, kung yung mga thoughts nyo about Wrestle Dream, let me know in the social media platforms of this show at the MTG Show Pod on all of the social media platforms of the pod. So, yun lang naman for this show, this week's episode of the show. Nothing special masyado. Pero yun, follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms. Excuse me. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or X. Sa TikTok at saka sa Threads at the MTG Show Pod. Mention ko na nga rin mga picks of the week ko. So, picks of the week ko. Number 1, wrestler of the week ko. Definitely, sino nga ito? Nawawala sa isip ko. I was thinking another way. Wrestler of the week ko, Trick Williams. Tsaka si Ilya. Definitely. Then, woman of the week, siguro bibigay ko to kay Io Sky. Leaning Io Sky. Then, yung ating match of the week, definitely you should check the match between the four-way sa NXT, yung kina Dragon Lee, Trek. Yun, check nyo yun. That's my pick of the week for the match. Yung iba naman, masyado naman tapon. Oo. Tsaka yung kina Asuka for yung tag titles, yung tag match, Asuka versus Io Sky, women's title. You should check it as well. No? Pick of the week to yun. Then for No Mercy, so far, ang pick ko was the Extreme Rules match between Tiffany and Becky. Yan ang pick of the week ko. So yun lang naman. I wish you guys can follow the social media platforms of the show at the MTG Show Pod. And then please follow Bang Collective on all of the social media platforms at The Bang PH, and also visit our website, thebangph.com. You can support this show as well on Patreon, patreon.com/the MTG Showpod. And then ayun, support lagi sa local scene natin, MWF, sa kanilang parating na show on October 22nd. In-announce na to sa ibang platforms, pero sige, mention na rin natin. Next show will be Todos de los Wrestling. Todos, anong tawag dito? Hindi ko mabigkas ng ayos. Pasensya na guys. Todos los Putangin na mo. Wait. I'm going to mention it correctly. So wait, I was trying to look it further. Ayan, Todos Lores. Ay, putang. Hindi ko talaga masabi na tama. So, Todos Los Wrestling. Putangin na mo, ayoko na. Todos Los Wrestling, ayan. So, next show ng MWF will be on October 22nd. So, that's 3 weeks away. It will be held, same venue, Mandala Park, Mandaluyong City. So, yung tickets available na soon sa Ticket to Me. Ayun lang naman. So, kung may gang ka, mas maganda mag-gang ka na lang. Yan lang naman. So, for MWF, that's for MWF. Then, FPW, Astig. Yun na, alas 4 tuwing Thursday sa YouTube ng FPW. So, and this week's Kingdom, so the Kingdom podcast, if you're listening, if you're a K-pop fan, same as wrestling fan, like Troy pala, like, lago yun na mention na names, random na masyado. Like Yuki, so Yuki is a wrestling fan, na K-pop fan din, gumagawa ng content for K-pop. Si Ingrid, hindi ko sure if she's a wrestling fan too, but I wish she is, pero sana she is din. Pero yun, this week on the Kingdom is they talked about Kepler. Kepler is a survival show girl group ulit. So, trauma na ako sa Ice One. So, hindi na ako mag-i-stand muna ng mga survival girl groups. Kahit may magaganda pa dyan, gagaya niya, no, ni sino man isang hindi ko matandaan. Basta yan. Natrauma na ako sa mga girl groups na survival lang. Kagaya ni kasi ni Chungha. Si Chungha kasi sobrang, alam mo yun, like evolve siya in a way sa scene after ng survival group niya, which is IOI. Same with John Somi. Pucha man. Everyone is looking forward for John Somi this time. Yun lang naman. So, I hope you can follow the Kingdom podcast on their social. Pinag-usapan nila doon yung Kepler. Basically, Kepler via si Yuki. Pero still, fuck your LA Night, Yuki. Ayun na, follow Yuki and the Kingdom on their social at the Kingdom Pod PH. Yun lang naman. So, yun lang. So, paki-follow din sila on their socials. Yun. Yun lang naman. So, and then, on our end, paki-support din pala ng Dexcon. Dexcon still available. May parating pa na content for Dexcon sa ating friends park from KC, sa lahat ng partners ng Dexcon. Ayan. So, parating na yung, tawag ba dito? Yung Halloween special nila for the Dexcon. So, also next week, our next episode natin after ng ating review for Wrestle Dream and Wrestle Dream and No Mercy, pag-uusapan din natin, we're going to release the MWF Road to Fate podcast review natin. So, solo podcast ko yun. Mag-solo muna ako that episode kasi wala lang, mag-solo podcast lang ako. Di na bago sa akin ang podcast, doing a podcast for MWF or any wrestling promotion here in the Philippines. So, ayan. Susubukan ko mag-solo when it comes to it. So, antayin muna natin matapos sa ma-air yung final episode sa TV ng MWF Road to Fate, yung final episode niya. Saka natin i-release yung episode na yun by Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Basta whatever. Basta umabot siya ng weekend. Then, yun, look forward na rin kayo sa review natin ng Wrestle Dream. Syempre, predictions din for WWE Fastlane and No Mercy full depth natin na review for No Mercy. So, yun lang for me. So, for now, I'm going to leave the show. So, ayun, stay safe, stay reso as always. And I hope that ma-enjoy nyo lahat ng wrestling show this week na marami-rami kayong i-digest na wrestling show this week after nitong podcast na to. So for now, stay safe and stay raso. See you on the next episode of the podcast. For now, goodbye for now.